Hello everyone, welcome to Bel Primrose Yoga. Today I'm going to be guiding you through some yoga that has been inspired and created to go alongside the month of January, this winter, beginning of winter period that we are currently in. So there's going to be some really slow, mellow movement and then a little guided meditation at the end. I've kept it very simple and slow, and there's like some soft repetition style movement in hopes that it gives you guys some space to connect with yourself. So on the 13th of January we've had this full moon in Cancer, this full wolf moon that we have, and it's a really huge calling home and a time to tune into our bodies. So hopefully this yoga aligns with the seasons and stars. So that being said, you don't really need much for this. As you can see, I'm not even using a mat. It's going to be done in bed, anywhere, in the evening, in the morning, any time that you need to take a little break. It may be nice to have like some props, like a pillow or a bolster, because there will be a few folding poses where you might need to bring the earth up to you. So go ahead and grab that. And I'm also just wearing the comfiest clothes because this is super chill. So get your jumpers on and leave your socks on if you want. So once you've done all that and you've set up your space, find a comfortable seat. Moving the sit bones out from underneath you. Taking a few breaths. And just simply arriving. Maybe take a moment to take some mental notes where you are in this winter. Maybe when you're watching this, we've had the full moon. And just start to notice what's going on for you right now. And if you've been finding it hard to slow down, just give yourself a gratitude for showing up here right now, because this is the time where you will be slowing down. And then when you're ready, you bring your palms together, your hands in prayer, and just start to rub the palms together, building up some speed, some heat between the hands. You can keep the eyes open or you can close them down, whatever feels intuitive. Take a deep breath in and out. And then place both hands over the heart space. Taking some deep breaths in and out. Noticing the energy you've just created, the warmth of your hands on your body and your heart space. Lovely stuff. And let it go. On your next inhale, sweep the hands up and overhead. And then exhale, cactus the shoulders down, open up through the heart space. Lovely, and again, inhaling up. And then exhale, cactus down. Lovely, let the hands go down and find a comfortable position in your lap. And then just start to bring the shoulders up and rolling them down in these little circles. Go nice and slow here, so you're really trying to carve out this circle shape. Going all the way around the edges, getting the shoulder blades fully involved. And then on your next inhale, draw it in and draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. And exhale, let it go. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. And then exhale, roll them down the spine. One more, inhaling up. And then exhale, rolling down. from here, taking the chin down to the chest, and then just taking some super slow neck rolls. So like you're drawing a circle with your chin. There's no rush. Just slowly getting into the body. And if you haven't changed directions, then do so now. Noticing any spots that feel a bit tight or tense. And maybe you just pause there and take a breath. Imagining the exhale is a letting go. Lovely, letting those movements go and then rolling forward if you're not already and sitting onto your shins. If you like it here, if this doesn't feel that comfortable, you can take a bolster and simply just plonk that underneath you, or a block. I'm using a bolster today because it's softer. That's the theme. Lovely. And then from here, binding the hands back behind you. Having your left thumb on top of your right and clasping the hands, taking an inhale and drawing them away from the sit bones. So you're opening up through the chest. And then on your next exhale, keeping the bind of the hands, draw the hands over to your right hip. Inhale, drawing the right arm, elbow back away from you. And then exhale, dropping the right ear down to the right shoulder. And then just take a moment here. Maybe you'd like to open and close the jaw. Maybe you can nod the head up and down, left and right, nodding yes or no. Making sure that you're drawing that left shoulder down. And just take a few breaths here. Lovely. Bringing the head back up to center and drawing the hands back behind you. Take an inhale here, drawing the fists away from the body. And then slowly exhale and swap the bind over. So you should have your right thumb on top, or whichever one feels funny. Take an inhale and draw those hands away one more time. And then exhale, keeping the bind of the hands, drawing over to your left hip. Inhale, making sure that that arm isn't like a chicken wing out here, it's drawn back, that left elbow. And then exhale, drop the left ear down to the left shoulder. Again, you can open and close the jaw, nod the head yes or no, or maybe stillness is enough. And your exhales, drawing that right shoulder down, making sure it's not coming along the journey. Noticing if each side was different, maybe you're carrying more tension on one side or the other. Just know that that's very normal. Lovely, and then on your next exhale, drawing the head up and the hands back behind you, and just letting the clasp go and shake out the wrists and the hands. Lovely. From here, taking an inhale, the hands at heart center, and then exhale, letting go. Just a couple breaths. Inhale, and exhale. Lovely, and then on your next inhale, circle sweep the hands up and overhead. And then exhale, cactus. And then keeping this cactus arms, take a twist over to your right. And you can stay with the arms up, or if you want a bit of ease, then drop the hands down, but keep the body twisted. And then you can draw the gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, length through the spine, out from the crown of your head. And exhale, deepen into the twist a bit more. If you have dropped the hands, you can find the left hand can use your leg and your thigh to sort of pull yourself deeper into the twist. One more round of breath here in your own time. And when you find your exhale, let it draw you back to center. And when you reach center, taking an inhale, up, arms up and overhead. And then exhaling, cactus. Keeping the cactus, now twist over to your left. And either dropping the hands down or keeping the hands up. The right hand can find the leg to pull yourself in, and the gaze can take itself over the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, deepen. Last round of breath here. And then on your exhale, drawing back to center. Finding your sit bones, so finding a comfortable seat and drawing the legs out in front of you. I like to give them a little shake, roll out the ankles, any clicks, let them happen now. And then take the right leg, right foot and draw it in and let it find a place on your left leg. This could be below the knee, above the knee. One thing you can do as well is if you are struggling here, and this is quite high up, you can take some blocks, cushions, bolsters, pillow, anything you've got, and you can just support the leg here. And then taking an inhale, when you found your comfortable place, lengthening up through the spine, and then an exhale, start to crawl your way and fold forward over the left leg. Now the aim here isn't to get all the way down into this deep fold. The aim is to send the collarbones out over in front of the foot, and obviously that's not going to physically happen, but that's the forward movement that you're going for. Rather than this rounding, we're going through a lengthening through the spine, and then on your exhale, sinking down. You might find it helpful to keep your gaze at your feet or just beyond your feet. And then just let yourself slowly sink into the pose. Every inhale lengthens out your spine, and every exhale draws your collarbones out towards your foot. If you find a really comfortable position and you have the time to stay a bit longer, maybe you can even take a pillow or a bolster, place it on top of your thigh, and then give yourself like a cushion between you and your leg. Envisioning those inhales and exhales as letting go. Last round of breath here. And then pull your way back up. And we'll switch sides. So the right leg comes out long and the left foot finds a place up against the right leg. I find it's most comfortable for me on my thigh. I think I'm too high up if I'm over here, and my knee doesn't feel good either, so just play around and feel where feels good. And then when you found that position, taking an inhale and then exhale, crawling yourself forward. This is another place you might notice how each side is different. Inhale, it's lengthening. Exhale, it's folding down and out. And then last round of breath before calling yourself back up to centre. Taking both legs long and maybe give them another little shake. And then from here we're going to do one symmetrical fold as our last sort of pose before some breath work. So I want to give you the freedom to choose this one a little bit. So you could come into this really wide leg forward fold. So you can take your legs out really, really wide and you can come down and fold centre here. Or you can bring it in a little bit and have this V shape and you can fold here. Or the complete opposite, you can bring both legs together and fold forward here. This one I would recommend maybe finding a blanket and rolling it up into a sausage, popping it under the knees, or if you've got a little thin sausagey pillow, if you're going to have the legs together, and you can fold over that. That is super duper relaxing. You can use stuff under the knees as well if you've got two blankets in this wider fold. But just take a moment to play around. Maybe you try all of them, see what feels good, see where you can find length in your spine and the stretch that feels comfortable for you right now. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so you don't want to feel, you don't want to freak your body out and go, this is too much for me right now. We're soft and subtle, somewhere that you can stay. So find that position. Maybe you take some blocks or a bolster out in front of you if your legs are wider as well. You can bring the forearms down onto them. This is a good opportunity today to bring the earth up to you. So using props, if you have them, just to make things a bit softer and easier. We're not pushing ourselves in this moment today. It's January. And you can give yourself permission to round down a bit here, drop the head, the neck, the gaze. You can play around with pointing, flexing the toes. Noticing the breath, how steady it feels or how deep it feels. It's a good indication of maybe if the pose is too much for you to come out of it a bit, if you're noticing your breath is a bit quicker and sharper. You want to be somewhere where you can find those deep, long, slow exhales and inhales. And you can give yourself permission to change the pose at any point if it doesn't feel good anymore, or if you want to try a few things. It all depends where you're at. We are noticing how the body is starting to soften. 2 more rounds of breath here. I'm moving up, and I'll meet you in a comfortable seat. Just taking your time to get there. Maybe drawing the legs up, giving them a squeeze, getting any last wiggles out before we move into some breath work. So finding a seat that is comfortable. You might like to lean up against a wall. There's some cushions behind you, or sit on a cushion. Somewhere where you have access to the breath. You can also do this portion lying down. And when you found a comfortable seat, finding a steady gaze or drawing the eyes closed and just taking a few breaths. Start to soften any areas of tension. Letting go of the hands, letting go of the shoulders, making sure that your eyes are either closed or the gaze is soft. Letting go of the jaw, the tongue, the eyebrows or the space between them. Let the cheeks go, let the belly go soft. Just give yourself permission to relax. And then without changing it, start to notice the flow and the pace of your breath. Taking it in through the nose and out through the nose or the mouth. You decide the length and the depth of your inhale and exhale. Notice the breath as your guide. What is it telling you? What can you start to understand from the breath in your body? And then take your awareness to your emotional body and your mind. How does it feel right now? Have you got any thoughts that you want to let go of? Any feelings? Now is the time to just send them up onto a little cloud and watch the cloud just drift on by. Notice how the breath can help to calm the mind. That connection we have with our intuition. I think our breath telling us things like how we're really feeling in these moments is one of the first steps to connecting to your intuition. Just noticing if any tension has crept back in, and letting it go. Now I'm going to invite you to breathe with a 2-part inhale and 1-part exhale. If this doesn't sound good, or if it ends up not feeling good, then just letting it go and returning back to your breath of choice. So taking an inhale halfway here, and then complete, and then exhale long, letting go. Inhale part 1, inhale complete, and then exhale letting go. Inhaling 1, inhaling 2, and exhale letting go. Inhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhaling 1, inhale complete, exhale letting go. One more round here, inhaling 1, inhale complete, and exhale long, letting go. Take a deep breath in, filling all the way up, and exhale, letting go. Take a moment to return back to your natural breath, noticing again your emotions and feelings, the power of the breath. Reconnecting with the breath as a tool to soothe the body. Taking your nervous system into a super calm state. You might like to visualize the breath as golden light drawing in from the earth and filling you up. And then exhale, just letting it go. And with it, anything that needs to be gone. Just keep moving through these long, slow, deep inhales and exhales. Maybe you're filling yourself up with that golden light, that healing energy. Noticing if your mind starts to wander, just drawing it back into the body and the breath. Inhales that fill up every single part of your body, and then long, slow exhales. If you'd like to stay longer in this position, this breath work, you can pause the video here. If not, start to bring your awareness back to the tactile sensations and touch of your body, your hands on your lap. Bring your mind to that feeling, to the floor or the seat or the bed beneath you. Your legs, are they crossed, are they touching? And then start to bring your awareness to the room around you, the sounds, the temperature, the smells. If your eyes are closed still, maybe you're just noticing the light that's behind your eyelids or in front of your eyelids. And then start to wiggle the fingers or rubbing the hands up and down the body, moving through the toes, the shoulders, maybe like to roll the neck, the head. Not forgetting about the breath. Keep going with those long, slow, deep inhales. And then when you're ready, if you haven't found a seat upright, and finding one, you can take a blanket and place it over you or around you. And then when you're ready, start to open the eyes, finding a steady gaze, a soft gaze. And hopefully you can take some of this calm, slow energy with you throughout the rest of winter. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you've made it all the way to the end, I'm very grateful. And I hope you have an amazing